It's been a tough job. It's what happened in Ireland, like anywhere else, there was a recession. In television and advertising, it was more like a crash. The market crashed, and actually it fell off very quickly around September 2008. So ever since then, it's been extremely difficult.
How's your business coped? How have you managed to get your business through this?
Well, in a curious sense, the fact that it was so sudden and so severe meant we had to take immediate action.
So job cuts?
Job cuts, and most interestingly, pay cuts. And that's actually what happened across the private sector in Ireland. People took pay cuts, different companies, different industries, and all of in a sense of what's happened in Ireland in terms of any fiscal rectitude has been driven initially by the private sector saying, do you know what, we really need to make sure we cut our costs and cut our cloth so that we can meet this head on.
And amazing how workers actually in Ireland have accepted these pay cuts without too much fuss. There has been, I know there has been some local problems, but there haven't been widespread strikes or walkouts.
No, there is actually. I mean, it's an extraordinary situation in Ireland. We've been through very bad times in the past. I left Ireland in the 1980s, so did an awful lot of people who are running businesses. We know what emigration is like, and we don't want to go through that again. We're fighters, and we want to make sure that some of the recent wealth we got, that we don't lose it all. And so for that reason, everybody in the country has got behind a sense of making sure that we turn this around. In many ways, the most extraordinary thing was for the government introducing a budget this December. The Minister for Finance, who is absolutely determined and has done a great job at driving through public sector cuts to follow on from the private sector cuts. Everybody was worried that the government wouldn't go far enough in the budget. And
extraordinary situation.
And it's encouraging, because it should mean that we should be able to recover faster.
But it could mean that they knock on the head any recovery that is there right now.
There's always that argument, but I think the situation got so severe, and in Ireland it was exacerbated by a huge property bubble, exacerbated by problems with the banks that were on top of the world banking crisis. So, I don't think anybody could look at Ireland and say, well, actually, there aren't difficult situations that have to be tackled. They have to be tackled, and the great thing is they are being tackled. And so now, in February, the end of February 2010, the situation, it's not so much that the situation is much better. We are seeing a bit of an upturn in advertising, a bit of an upturn in the economy, but it's very small. The point is, the attitude of people is absolutely to make sure that we drive a recovery.
There's a real sense of support for the European Union, the Eurozone at least, within Ireland, isn't there? Because you benefited so much from that. There was this huge, long boom that you experienced. But isn't that, you're now paying the price for that. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Well, we joined the European Union in 1973. It was important culturally, important politically, important economically. It's actually been the definition of modern Ireland, has been what the EU has done for us. And what actually happened in Ireland recently was there was a debate in the Lisbon referendum about 2 years ago, and this was at the height of the boom, and we voted against it. And we voted against a major European treaty. And I think then when the crash came, we all looked and said, what the hell were we doing? Europe is our base. Europe is our major trading area. And the euro is our major security. And the euro is in many ways what distinguished us from, for example, an economy like Iceland. We were in the euro, and the euro gave us that stability. So while you lose some control, you lose control over interest rates, you lose that, it's a great comfort to know that you've got the backing of a major currency.